Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Adrian, we're very dark. I think they used our camera for something else yesterday. And welcome to the morning show. We look really tan, though.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we don't look like we're from Ohio right now. That's for sure. So welcome to the morning show. We are here, and we have a couple of very special guests in the studio this morning. The first one is, wow, we just got paler.
Yeah.
Our first one is our good friend Rachel Tipton, and we're going to be talking about something new going on here in Jackson. That's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome to the show.
Thank
We're happy
you.
to have you here. So tell us about this Movies at Manpower.
Okay. Well, Movies at Manpower happens this Thursday at 8 p.m. and it's following Trunk or Treat and a whole slew of other events.
Yes.
So we have a puppet show at the Marquee at 5, followed by Trunk or Treat from 5:30 or 6 to 7:30. And then Jackson County Forward is having a glow bike ride to transition us to the park. So kids can come and deck out their bikes in, glow-in-the-dark gear.
Fun.
Yes. And then you can set up at Manpower Park. The movie starts at 8. So attendees can actually come as early as 5 to secure their spot. And the food trucks will be there from 5 until maybe even as late as 9. And
okay.
we have 4 food trucks, 3 providing different kinds of food and 1 with hot chocolate and hot cider and all the cozy, yummy things you want.
All the fall goodies.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So whose idea was this?
Very
cool. I mean, you see it in like Hallmark movies
Yes.
and stuff where communities get together and everybody brings their blankie. And
I know.
You sit around and you watch movies.
Well, I don't want to take credit for it because I feel like there were plenty of people in the community who wanted this to happen.
Sure.
I just took the reins with it.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you for that.
Yes. And it's for everyone. So it's exciting because it's really geared to include everyone.
Yeah.
So kids and adults alike. And we try to spearhead it off of existing events so that,
like
you can go.
Community night.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But so we are under SHAC, or Southern Hills Art Council.
Sure.
And we also have a ton of sponsors that have decided to support this event, which we're really excited about.
Great.
I'll just name some of them now, if that's okay.
Please, because they deserve it.
Yes. We'll start with Michael's Ice Cream. They are one of our Hollywood star sponsors. Nia S. Henry, agent with Appalachia Realty.
Of course.
Humana Healthy Horizons, Andrea's Prom and Bridal, Keller Williams Capital Partners, and we have D&W Homes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And because of them, we're going to be able to offer this Movies at Manpower once a month, June through October of 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So this one will be kind of the one and only until the spring.
Correct.
I mean, we don't obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just really feel Christmassy.
Yeah, want to put your mittens on and get cold.
We just got over the burn ban, so we can't really. We probably shouldn't build fires out there in the Manpower Park.
I don't know if they would be happy with that.
Yeah, lots of propane heaters. I don't know, but yeah, no. So that makes total sense. So we'll start again in the June.
In June. And with the sun going down later, it works out perfect because, kids aren't in school and that sort of thing. It's warmer. And we're also very thankful to the City of Jackson Parks and Recreation who have allowed us to use the park.
Absolutely. So do you have like a giant blow up screen or how does this work?
Yes, we have employed the services of Fun Flicks, and they're in Ohio, and they are full service. They come, they set it up, they have sound, they make sure it's, a really good quality movie projection, and then they take it all down and take it on home.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I assume that these movies will all be family friendly.
Yes.
And there'll be a different one every time.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay.
So this one, we decided on this movie, but our goal from June to October of next year is to put it out for the community to decide what they want to watch. So we'll come up with like a top 3 and they'll vote on it.
Oh, very fun. Yeah. Okay. And just know that when you come to the movie, it will be okay for everybody.
Yes, definitely. Family friendly.
Not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is what I watched last night, knowing that I would have nightmares all night, which I always do.
Yeah, but they're fun to watch this time of year, though.
They are, but woof.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like watching it, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah, Amanda's shaking her head.
Amanda's about to have a stroke over there. She's like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, we watched all of the Halloween movies this past weekend. All of those, Halloween 1 all the way till the latest 2022.
You mean all the ones where he dies and then he
comes back to life miraculously?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yes.
So you won't have to worry about seeing any of those.
No.
All right. Well, very good. So, all right. Again, that will be this coming Thursday.
Yes.
And the weather's looking like up. So today's going to be really cold.
Yeah.
But the weather's going to be a bit warmer, but still wear your sweatshirts.
Yeah, bundle up, bring blankets, pillows, get cozy, get some hot chocolate, set up early, get some food. A portion of the sales goes to fund future projects with Movies at Manpower, so that helps us out too.
Okay. Very, very good. And again, so we have so much going on here in the city. We have the trunk or treat. We have the puppet show, which they always start off like the trunk or treat with that.
Yes.
At the Marquee. So much fun. And then go to the trunk or treat. I was talking with Brian Leach yesterday about the trunk or treat, and he said it's going to go forever down Broadway Street.
Yes.
Like from Maine, like as far as you can see, because there's so many people signed up for it.
It's an amazing event. I love it.
It is insane how many kids, and it's just, I like it because it's an opportunity for the kids to kind of just be safe and everything's shut down.
Right.
And I don't know. I like that better.
In a contained area.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. With a lot of people watching out for them.
Yeah.
So, yep. And that doesn't take away from trick or treat. It's just a whole other situation. So,
yeah.
Well, very cool. And again, what time does the movie start?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. So you can get out, and I assume it's not one of those 4-hour movies.
Not at all. No. The movie is probably about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Everyone's familiar with it. Our Facebook page has many not so subtle clues about the movie.
Okay.
You can also visit our webpage, moviesatmanpower.com/movies at Manpower, I think it is.
Okay.
It's on our Facebook page too, though, for more details.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rachel, thank you for coming
Thank
in.
you.
We appreciate it so much. And
thank you for
please
having me.
make sure that you get out with the kids and just have a great, fun family night here in Jackson on Thursday.
We look forward to seeing everyone.
Of course. And there's food.
Yes, eat. Come hungry.
Hello.
Leave happy.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about cooking dinner.
Exactly. We all love that.
Very good. All right. Well, let's see. Amanda and her friend Cheryl are over in the wings, and evidently they tried to teach Cheryl how to do something, and we have a video.
Oh, nice.
So it should be a real hoot. So, all right. Well, we will let you get back to work, and the girls can come on over, and we are going to talk about all things pickleball, I believe. Poor Cheryl. So Cheryl moves to Ohio from California and has been in culture shock ever since. The poor lady. But that's okay. So some things are good, some things are bad that Cheryl has encountered along the way.
Indoctrinating Cheryl to the Buckeye State.
Agreed. I mean, I'm like, only Cheryl just moves from, you go from California. You may as well move from a foreign country to Ohio.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
I mean,
Come on, to Appalach? Are you kidding me?
I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of differences. I mean, we're all still human, right? We're all still Americans, but
Still the same currency. It's still
right?
basically,
That's about it.
basically the same language. And yeah.
I don't know. I've gone to visit California in your neck of the woods where you were from, visiting friends, and I'm telling you, there's still a lot of similarities to,
Okay.
the
just
high
don't have-
desert and the.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Good point.
They
So.
just don't have bean soup there.
No, they don't have bean soup and cornbread. They just
And they also don't have chicken and noodles.
they've got tamales and other things.
Yes.
yeah,
And no chicken noodle.
no.
Yes.
Tell
and
you,
queso that
comes
is
from
not,
a can. Chicken
not
noodle
white.
comes from a can.
Yeah, she thinks chicken and noodles is Campbell's soup.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain to her. This is numerous times now about the Thanksgiving side dish, which is chicken and noodles over mashed potatoes. And if you get real
corn.
crazy, sometimes you mix the corn in with it.
See, I'm the green bean girl.
All the
I like
carbs.
the green beans, not the corn. But
Either
you know,
way, it's
either way.
a side dish, not a soup.
Let's see. No, and also no. No.
See, I don't get anywhere
we've
with
got
her.
real stick to your ribs kind of foods here in Appalachia, right?
I mean, this is why everybody's on
Biscuits and
Wegovy.
All right.
Hello.
Well, but what we're trying to do with Jackson
Yes.
County Forward is try to get people outdoors and recreating and healthier and doing more
Is
things.
recreating
So,
a word?
yeah,
It is now.
it actually
I think that's a Southern
it's
word.
not.
Okay.
It's not. And
I
believe it
would've
or not,
said so.
I also thought that it was strange, and then recreate is a word.
You learn something new
I
every
know.
day. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
I feel so much smarter now.
yeah.
Okay.
And did you know Ohio is a recreate at your own risk state? Which means if you are outside and you are doing any sort of activity and you get hurt while doing said activity, it's on you. It is not on the owner of the property it's
Okay,
you
there
are
would be
doing
a difference between Ohio and California.
you are recreating at your own risk.
Recreate at your own risk.
Yes.
State.
Yep.
I mean, who knew? Now you've learned two things.
Which is
It's
how
like
I learned the word recreate.
It's like
Okay.
the more you know.
The more you know.
Yes,
that's
the
right.
more you
That's
know.
right.
You know.
with the star and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just come to me for your after school specials.
We will teach you how to recreate safely.
That's right.
No, I thought you were making that word up, so I am glad to know that it is truly a word.
Yeah. Listen, can't all be Amanda Crabtree.
That's the truth. Because this lady is like always 75 places at one time. So no
yeah.
one wants to
So
do
I'm not
that.
saying I haven't made up words because I have. It's happened, I'm sure.
I feel like this is a Friends episode.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I'm Joey.
I have heard more talk about the moist maker lately.
Oh.
So that would really set Cheryl crazy.
Are you one of those people that don't like the word moist?
It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I don't.
Do you know people that just
Oh.
don't like the word moist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raw is one that freaks me out.
I have a friend who doesn't like the word salve. It's
Okay,
It's
salve
such like
doesn't
a-
bother me because I think of that as being kind of soothing.
right.
Raw, I think of as like going down a razor blade and pouring alcohol on it kind of thing. That's like where raw goes for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
You know, I have to say, when Cheryl invited me here today, and it's October,
Yeah.
I completely expected some shenanigans today. And I'm grateful that there aren't any. There's no Jasons
we've been
leaking,
pretty
lurking
shenanigan
around.
free, honestly, so far.
There's nowhere really to hide
now
a
that you've thrown
Jason.
it, but now that you've thrown it out into the universe,
I'm like, looking, I'm like, okay, I don't really. Yeah, when Amanda and I get together, there's typically at least one shenanigan. Cheryl, have they told you all of the mean things that they've done to us over the years?
no, but I did see one video.
Which
I did see a TikTok. We have one on TikTok.
The Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that which one? There's numerous. Was it the one with Amanda and I in it?
I don't
Or
think
was
so. I
it
think
the
it was
one
just
where
you.
was
think
it
it's
the
just
one
you.
where Jeremiah jumped out from behind the screen
It might have
Oh,
been.
yeah.
as
Might have been, yeah.
Luigi?
It might have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and see.
But that's still nothing compared to at the old studio.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because we have Adrian on the board
And he's
Yeah.
so
instead
sweet.
of Dylan. Yeah.
Or Courtney.
Or Court, yeah.
So one year, Amanda and I were doing the show, and
Let's set up the stage.
Let's go ahead. Yeah.
So there was an entrance from our left, and there was also this random door that was to our right that went into the garage area. And nobody
Yeah.
ever used that door because there was no reason to ever use that door.
correct.
Really. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have door on this side, door on this side. We're sitting doing the thing. Well, the first thing that happened was somehow we got on a Children of the Corn kick.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Well,
Children
it
of
was
the Corn?
because somebody
Long time
put
ago.
put
Long time ago.
a picture of Malachi behind me.
Well, so
Or
Courtney,
Isaac. Which one is the evil?
I think it was Malachi.
Okay.
So Courtney had decorated the whole set with like corn stalks and all this, fall stuff. So
Right.
Amanda and I are doing the thing, which I was kind of in on the whole Malachi face thing. So Courtney, because she is terrified of that movie, Courtney had stuck like one of the little kids' faces in the corn, like peeking out behind
Like right
Amanda.
behind my shoulder.
So we're all sitting there, and Courtney's like, "Who's that behind you?" And she turns around. She's like, So that happened. That was one episode.
Right.
And then the other thing that happened was they took this ginormous life-size dummy. Like what are those things
Like a
called?
mannequin.
Like a mannequin?
Mannequin.
Yeah.
Yes. Like life-size.
She thinks I'm making up words.
Dummy. Mannequin. Dressed it like Michael Myers. And when
That might be the one.
then
Somebody knocked at the door.
The door that no one ever
Yeah.
used.
And we were like,
So we're like, well,
Why is-
that's weird. So
we're on air. Why is somebody knocking on that door?
So Amanda opens it, and there's this life-size thing of Michael Myers, and we both, literally lost our,
Amen.
lost it.
Look on our TikTok and see if you can find the video.
Yeah, it's a doozy.
down. It's down a little bit.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
So there have been all kinds, and then the one where Jeremiah jumped out. He sat back there for like 25 minutes, waiting for me to just chill out, and then comes jumping out from behind this
Yeah,
green
I
screen that
don't-
was back there
I don't do
and
scary.
attacks me.
No.
Yeah, I don't do scary stuff. And it's funny because we actually set up our 12-foot skeleton the other day out at the barn. We've named him Barnaby because he stands next to the barn.
I get it.
nice.
Love that.
But
Yeah.
Eric bought them like 2 years ago. So they've been in the barn waiting for us to get here.
Waiting to
And so we have a giant
Melt.
skeleton out in front of the house. Neither one of us do Halloween, but he was so obsessed with these 12-foot
I
skeletons.
love that,
And
though.
he follows
That's
like all
fun.
these groups online. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave it up. It was such a pain to put it together. I'm thinking we're
We're just gonna leave it
Well,
up.
Barnaby is going to be there forever.
I'm just gonna.
He's gonna be dressed up like a snowman.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna be
I'm
dressed
gonna-
up with like
I
an
plan
Easter
on-
bonnet.
I'm gonna crochet him a scarf and maybe a beanie, and come.
seasonal, like those ducks
we're
that
gonna
people
get him
used to have on their
Get
porches.
a, Abraham Lincoln hat for President's
you go.
Day. I
There
figured,
you go.
All the
4th of
stuff.
July.
Uh-huh.
He can be a leprechaun. I don't know, but it was such a pain to put him together. The
He's
two of us,
permanent.
It was comical. We should have set up a camera of us trying to put the thing together because that was comical. But yeah, so Barnaby is out on Rock Run. So
So if you're bored, drive up by Rock Run and see Barnaby hanging out at the barn.
right now he's clothingless, as most skeletons are.
I kind of feel like you and Eric could have your own little like reality show where
Yeah.
people
You
just followed you around, like
Totally.
two California
You're
transplants.
actually not the first person who said that, and it had nothing to do with moving to Ohio. But yes, you're not the first people. That
I
said that.
feel like. Do you
my
remember
life,
when?
my life is a sitcom. My life is 100% a sitcom.
Do you remember when they took Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton and
Yes.
took them
Yes.
and put them in like a farm
Yes. Yes.
That's what I feel
Yes.
like it would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I forget what that was called, but it was.
Although
real
Cheryl
life?
and Eric are not nearly as annoying.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. He'll say at least he isn't, but yeah.
Did you find it, Adrian?
I'm looking.
Oh, he's
All
still
right.
looking.
You got to go past Street Team and a bunch of stuff from the summer. So
Yeah. Okay, so
on that note,
We're here to talk about activities.
recreating.
And before we get started talking about the video and what we taught Cheryl to do, let me just give everybody a heads up about something that's happening this weekend. In the city of Wellston, there is going to be a bike ride. It's BYOB. That's Bring Your Own Bike. Bring Your Own Bike. BYOB.
Oh,
don't
I get
don't
it.
mess that one up.
Don't
Yeah,
mess it
don't
up and
confuse
confuse
that
it
with
with
another
something else.
BYOB, yeah.
It is Bring Your Own Bike. And so it's a bike ride and disc golf.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a
know
great
about
day.
that.
So 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, they will be meeting at the depot in Wellston for a 4-mile bike ride. I assume they're probably going out to the lake and around and back, which is what we did when we had the Jackson County
is it-
Forward bike ride out there.
Is
but
there a prettier time of year to do
I
that?
know,
Like,
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And kind of go at your own pace. And so, bring your own bike, go out, meet at the depot, go for a bike ride. If you don't want to go for the bike ride, you don't have to. If you're just interested in the disc golf, you can then go to meet at the city baseball fields that were just built. They put the new lighting up and
Where is
everything.
that?
That is at 700 North Minnesota Avenue. So they are going to do that at around noon.
Okay.
So you can go there at noon and learn how to play disc golf. I have always wanted to play disc golf.
I know. It sounds so fun.
I'm so excited
that.
I am so excited that they are going to be doing that in Wellston now.
Yeah, and they I know they're working on it in Colton. So yeah.
Yeah, I know that there is a course up at Great Seal State Park in Chillicothe.
Chillicothe.
Yeah,
Yep.
which looks pretty interesting. But I'm glad that there's going to be one close here in Wellston and then Colton because I think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So those of you who don't know what disc golf is, if you've ever been somewhere and you've seen this
Like the
it's
basket with the chains.
Yeah, it's a basket with chains and a pole, and it kind of looks like one of the baskets that you would put flowers in, but the chains are a little longer.
Exactly.
And the whole point of it is you're going to take a disc, kind of like a frisbee, and you throw it, and you
don't think
try
we're
to
allowed
get
to
it
say frisbee.
into.
We had someone talking about disc golf on here one day. We're
Well,
we're
I'm
not
I'm
allowed
just
to use.
okay. It's not a frisbee.
We're not allowed to recreate
but
with
I
frisbees.
am just. It's a reference.
It's a similar type of
Yes.
similar to a
disc.
It's
Yes,
a similar
the
type
F
of
word.
flying disc.
Yeah.
It's a flying disc.
flying
Yes.
disc.
But
There
I
you go.
don't think they're quite as big as a
They're not well, and they're
There's
different
one.
sizes.
And they have
Yeah.
different
So-
weights and stuff
Yes.
too.
So just like actual golf, where
Yeah.
you have different, you have your woods and your irons and the
I have
different
no idea.
lofts and all that stuff. You have different size discs depending on
Correct.
how far away you are and the baskets and all of that. So
Yeah.
So disc golf at noon at the new ball fields.
That will be so fun.
BYOB, bring your own bike at 10 a.m. at the depot. So that's gonna be a really fun day in Wellston.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I wish I was gonna be in
Adrian,
town.
he's got his hand raised.
Oh.
Is this
Did
school?
you find it?
I don't know if it's the exact one, but I found a Halloween video on an old Main Street TV TikTok page.
That might have been it. So
Shove it, Freddy Krueger. So I saw.
Oh,
God, I wish I had sent it to Dylan.
That's funny.
I'm like, you're so mean. What did I say? I think you're so mean. That was so mean.
That was pretty mean.
He hid behind that green screen for like 25 minutes. I'm not joking.
Oh, that's mine.
It was so bad. And Brittany was in on it. A little
He
turd.
fell out. He was probably all like stiff from sitting
Yeah.
back there forever.
I'm like, how are you that quiet back there? Like, and I was so dumb. Dylan had a camera sitting there on the edge of the counter, and I didn't even notice it.
That's funny.
Anywho, yeah. So these are the things they do to us here at,
Good to know.
Shenanigans are fun.
Shenanigans are fun.
Yeah.
As long as you're the giver, not the givee.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
The shenaniganer, not the shenanigan-y. Speaking of making
Speaking
up
of
words.
making words.
All right, so let's talk about.
All right.
Okay, so that's going on in the city of Wellston Saturday.
Yes.
So very, very fun. But let's talk about. There's something special with pickleball today, correct?
It's National Sports Day. So
National
Sports Day.
and
Yes.
Okay.
pickleball's this emerging sport. So
I forgot to eat. I'm sorry if you hear my stomach.
I never forget to eat.
I need to forget to eat way more than I do.
that's one skill I'm not good at is remembering to eat.
I wish I had.
I
that
wish
problem.
I had that problem.
Yeah. Well, I didn't this morning, so if you hear it, I apologize. Lord, I apologize.
All good. All good.
Anywho.
So yeah, today is National Sports Day.
Yep.
And so we took the opportunity to teach Cheryl a new sport.
Miss California over here.
Yeah.
Never played pickleball.
And there are a lot, I mean, California is huge,
Yes.
pickleball. There are
Yes.
a lot of people playing
Yes.
pickleball,
Yes.
but Cheryl had never learned. And even though she was, a sports writer, sports information officer at a university or college, but
Never played pickleball.
never played pickleball. So she was very familiar with a lot of other sports, but not pickleball.
Okay, and that's totally understandable because honestly, I've heard of pickleball a million times. I've only seen it played in person one time, and I've seen it on TV a couple of times, but I don't really know about pickleball either. But I know you're into it, and a lot of people are.
A lot of people in Jackson are, and
Yeah.
it's growing all the
Like
time.
big time.
Yeah. In fact, we have a lot of young kids that come and play. And
The
have a
good
great
thing
time.
about pickleball, from the live match that I saw in Columbus at a bar, was
Wait, was it on the TV? It was on the TV. You were
No, it was-
It was
They
at
were
the
playing
bar. They're
pickleball
playing
at the
pickleball at the
yeah.
bar.
So our good friends at Land Grant Brewing have opened this whole new facility down the alley from their original tap room and ginormous outdoor space that they have. And they were able to get a piece of land kind of down the alley and tie that in with their other space. Well, they built pickleball courts on it.
Wow.
So Jamie and I walked over there one night. We were there visiting, and they had people like 4 or 5 different games of pickleball going on, and they were doing like a whole tournament thing. So,
I see an opportunity for 6 cents
yeah.
for sure.
Where are we going to build those courts?
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Actually,
I mean, you have that empty lot.
I know. That's what I'm thinking.
Light bulb.
Yeah.
That's exactly where my
Yeah.
mind just went.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Anywho,
We should talk.
we'll have a chat about that
'Kay.
later. But anywho, so you guys went out and introduced Cheryl to pickleball.
We did.
correct?
We did.
How'd
so
that work out?
Julie Waugh, Shelly Hammond, and I got together, and Shelly and Julie they're very good players. I'm still a novice. I don't play enough to be good, but
But the great thing about pickleball is you don't have to be good.
it's
fun.
It's just fun.
Well,
I mean, it helps if you're good, but
The people that I saw in Columbus were not good.
but the nice thing about it is that you can always find somebody who is
equally
plays
not
it-
good.
It is equally
Sucky.
who can match your playing ability. We'll say that.
Okay.
So if you are my husband, who
Is a tennis star.
a big tennis player, he cannot go lightly into anything. Like he has to. It is 100%. He has got. So he's like diving for balls, and that's how you get hurt. There are those really competitive people in
Yeah,
Jackson.
that's
If you
not-
want to play competitive, you can play competitive. If you're a novice and you want to go out and you want to learn, there are people who are also in the same boat, or
They'll
it's
take
people
it easy
who
on you.
or people who just love to be able to teach it to new people.
Sure.
So, Pat and Kathy Eisnoggle are great for that. They have done a great job building the program up. What was the why? And, they have a passion for it and they love teaching people. Kay Howe, and Adrienne Retker, anytime that there's an opportunity to teach somebody new, they are excited to do it. So, yeah.
Well, Kay was giving me a hard time about, you need to come play pickleball with us. You need to come play pickleball. And I'm like, I'm not playing pickleball, Kay. Okay, I'm not playing pickleball. I'm like the least athletic person on the planet.
Oh, well,
And-
she got you to play pickleball,
and
didn't she?
she ended up.
And
getting
believe
to play
me,
pickleball.
Kay would have been there had she been in town, but she was out of town and couldn't be there. So Shelly, because she is a teacher, she we felt it was probably best for her to.
and they were very
Explain the
they were very
game.
kind and patient, as you will see.
All right.
Good time.
So we are going to see a video of, okay, set it up for us.
Showed up. It was very cold. We did
Yeah,
this
we
the other night. It was,
couldn't do it last week when it was nice,
know.
right?
Yeah, no, it was pretty cold. There was a mist falling, so there was some water in the air.
It was moist.
Yeah, it was moist.
And they taught me how to do it. There were a lot of do-overs, as you will see. Yeah, it's a visual. It's a visual, I'm sure.
Oh,
And
I can't wait.
And Eric was out there videoing and shagging balls
Yep. We were grateful for him.
because there were a lot that needed to be recovered.
Eric is a good ball recoverer. I hear.
Oh, yep. So, and these courts are at Hillcrest, by
okay.
the city pool. So the city of Jackson installed 2 pickleball courts there where the basketball courts are.
Yeah.
So, and the nets are there, so anybody can go use them at any time. All you have to do is roll the nets onto the court, and you can go play anytime you want.
Awesome.
Bring your own
Actually,
balls and bring your own paddles.
Really nice setup.
BYOB again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Bring your own balls. And BYOP, bring your own paddle.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is gonna go down south if we don't play this video. So anywho,
Okay.
you want to get to
I'm
it?
ready. Yeah.
All right, let's see Cheryl learning to play pickleball.
Come on. Come on. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Come on. Yeah, yeah.
You did
Yeah.
well.
So-
that wasn't bad.
So when you serve, you have to serve like cross court. So if you're on the left, you're serving to the person that's on the left on the other side. So a diagonal, basically.
Okay.
So
not to the
like
person
tennis,
straight
pretty
across
much,
from you.
yeah.
You have to go across, right?
See, I don't know any of these rules, so you guys have to
I-
teach,
I-
teach me this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to learn this too. I've never played tennis in my life either.
Yeah,
So,
same.
so you have to serve across. Yeah, I'm not good at that. I'm really good at going straight ahead. And it's kind of like when I bowl. To bowl, I pretty much have to be in another lane because it goes the wrong way. So I kept going further and further over the court to try to get it so that it would land on the other side of the court. In addition, it also cannot land in the front of the court, right, which they call the kitchen. No clue why.
Why?
But then the joke became you also can't step into the kitchen in order to hit the ball.
Yeah.
Which at the beginning,
Right.
on the serve, right? Well,
Okay.
Which
and-
you gotta
Cheryl
keep-
thought appropriate.
yes, because
Keep your balls
She
out
doesn't
the
step in the
kitchen.
kitchen.
no, I don't go in the kitchen.
She does not.
I don't cook, so I don't go in the kitchen. So I'm like,
That was
I
an
can- I
easy
can
rule to
that one.
remember.
I can remember that one. You do not step in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm good with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, serving was an issue. but-
Serving, it takes a little bit of time. It is one of those things that the more you do, the easier it gets. But it definitely is the hardest part.
It's a little interesting to get used to. I mean, I've hit tennis balls before, but it's played with like a wiffle ball, a little bit heavier than a
different,
wiffle
yeah,
ball, but
yeah.
it's got holes in it like a wiffle ball.
Right.
And
Oh, okay.
It's wind affects it
Yep.
quite a bit.
It almost seems to me like if serving, being a lefty, you'd have an advantage because you'd be like going across.
Well, but depending on, maybe. I mean, depending on which angle, because you switch sides.
Oh yeah,
You're
that's
constantly switching
yeah,
oh
sides,
that's
yeah,
too.
another
oh you
thing.
switch
So
sides.
You
Okay.
switch from not switch sides across the net, switch sides
With your own
with
partner.
your partner.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
so
if you-
sometimes you're
there's like a
serving from
crisscross.
over here, and sometimes
Yes.
you're serving from over
Yes.
there. Oh,
Yes. And wind affects it because, like I said, there's holes in the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and the paddle is like a large, heavy ping pong paddle, a little bit different shape, but basically it's a short paddle like a ping pong paddle, and so but the ball is kind of big in relationship. So a tennis ball compared to a tennis racket,
Right.
it's very different, or a ping pong ball to a ping pong paddle is different. The ball is almost as big as the paddle.
oh,
Yeah, it's seriously the
In
So
relation-
it's a bigger,
ratio
bigger
is
target.
the ratio is very different to it. So
Yeah.
that took a little, getting used to and stuff.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yes, and then they're like,
Good.
Shelly was like, well, it's like I tell my kids, you can't just do something once. You've got to be able to do it twice so that you can really appreciate it. I said, oh, that's okay. I'll be back to play. And they're like, oh, no. Let's just go ahead and play now.
So we made her play a second game.
So I
Yeah.
played a second
Yeah.
time. And then I played with Julie, who is a little bit more competitive and much better than I was. But so the first game, I think we lost by, I don't know, probably 6 points or so. Playing with Julie, we were only down by 2. So yeah, that was a big difference.
She's one of
but-
those.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell us the rules. Like, how do you score and all that stuff?
Okay. So the first, there are 2 people on each team, and the first time that you serve, the serving team only serves 1 time. So you serve once. You can score a point if you hit it and the receiving team hits it back to you and they hit it into the net or they hit it out. You get a point. So
Okay.
you only get a point if you're serving.
Like volleyball.
Like
or-
volleyball,
okay.
right. So if you get a point, then you switch places with your partner, switch sides, and then you continue until you lose the ball, until you lose your point. Then it goes to the other team, and they get to serve, right?
This is stressing me out already.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Then they
Okay.
get to serve, and they have an
Not in the
opportunity,
kitchen.
right? Not into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And they actually, from that point on, each team gets to serve twice. So once that server loses the ball, it goes to their partner, and they get a chance to serve.
Okay.
Instead of going back across the
The
court
net,
like you
right.
would in volleyball.
Yeah. So that's how you score. It's the first person to 11. You have to win by 2. So
Okay.
if you get to 11, but the other team has 10, then
And
you
each
have to.
thing's like 1 point each. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Unlike tennis, which makes no sense at all.
No.
You
I
got
got 3 and
love,
love
15,
and
30, 40.
It doesn't make any sense.
So,
Yeah, what kind of idiot came up with that?
right. I don't know. I mean, it took me like 30 years to figure
I
that out.
know, right?
Even after watching my husband play for a lot of
Did he
matches.
win or did he not? Just
Yeah.
so
I remember his coach would come up in college. His coach would be like, "What's the score?" And I'd be like, "I don't know. I have no idea."
I'm watching.
And then
it
there's
every
add
single-
in, add out, deuce. It's just like a foreign language, actually.
yeah.
I mean, I finally got it, but anyway.
This was
So it's
easy.
much simpler.
Single point.
Much simpler. Single points, and you just go to 11. Got to win by 2. Can't go in the kitchen. It actually, like, once you start.
Has to bounce when you serve. Somebody serves to you. It has to bounce once, and then you can hit it.
It has to bounce when they serve to you. It has to
Yes.
bounce one, and then
And
you
then-
hit it back, and it has to bounce again.
Yes.
and then you can
So
hit it out the
the
air.
first 2 hits of
The first 2 returns
that,
essentially
of
are
that
yeah.
person's service has to bounce
Yeah.
once.
Right, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. and then you can hit it out of the air. And, it's a great game because actually a lot of people think that, oh, that's an old person's game. It's not.
Oh, no.
The average age of a pickleball player is 34.
Yeah.
I say it's a millennial type of.
There are a lot of young people playing. There are a lot of big tournaments now. You can see it's on the rise, but it is a good sport as you're getting older too, because you can move as little or as much as you
Right.
want to in order to be effective. Like I said, my husband is, he's very competitive and he dives for balls, and that's not great on asphalt.
No.
But you can also, if you are playing at the net, then you don't actually have to move very far. You can just do this and just a little bit of lunging, which is good exercise. It does get your heart rate up. You will sweat a little bit. It's not as much movement as tennis, so you're not, laterally moving back and forth
There
and
isn't
up
a
and
lot
back.
of. There was no running.
Okay,
At
that's
least,
good.
at
There's
least on
not-
at least on my part. So,
Right.
yeah.
There's not the running that there is in
Could be
tennis.
if you chose.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. But pickleball is kind of like if tennis and badminton and ping pong and volleyball all had a baby.
Yeah.
That's kind of what pickleball
They just
is.
all
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, believe it or not, pickleball started in 1965 by three friends
I was going to ask you about that.
in Washington State.
How long has it been around?
1965. It didn't really get popular until the 90s. But 1965, three guys got together. There's some different stories as to how it got its name. One story is that one of the families, their dog's name was Pickle. So they just set up this
Pickleball.
basically a badminton net in their yard, and they started
Yeah.
playing with a wiffle ball and a ping pong paddle.
Yeah.
And they called it pickleball because their dog's name was Pickle. But then other people say no, the dog Pickle didn't come into the picture until after 1965.
Maybe Pickle was named after the sport.
So maybe, and that is what a lot of people say, and others say that the family, the wife in the family, she called it pickleball because in the sport of rowing, I guess they choose from the boats. They choose, they've got somebody at the head and you've got somebody in the back that's steering, and the people who were kind of left, the oarsmen, you got pickled, you got pulled to be the oarsman. So she called it pickle because that's kind of what was left. It was like a mesh of all the sports.
I gotcha.
So I don't know what's true.
I have no idea.
So, you can make up your own story if you want to, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's just fun.
Yeah.
Pete Wilson, do you play pickleball?
I've been recruited, but I haven't done it yet. But
Ah.
it sounds like something that would be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to have a total media pickleball.
Yes.
Team.
Wouldn't that be
Extravaganza.
nice?
Wouldn't that be
That would be
fun?
nice.
I shouldn't have put that out into the universe.
Well,
Otherwise, Kay is going to make it happen.
I
Yeah.
know she will.
She will.
She'll be
She
like,
will. There'll be
you,
like,
you.
It'll be like
We'll be playing.
bowling league night. It'll be like, it's pickleball league night.
Yep.
Make sure you're there. Make
better
sure
be
you have your
there.
team there. Yeah. Yeah.
Zip can make us shirts.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. So really, you can find somebody playing if you're interested in just popping in and learning.
Yeah.
There are people who play at the old YMCA.
Uh-huh.
They play on Wednesdays and Fridays, typically in the afternoon and in the evening.
Is it
so you can
inside
stop
or
in
outside?
inside.
Okay.
Inside at that building. Outside at Hillcrest, they generally play Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday evenings. So
Okay.
if you are driving by at any point and you see people there and you want to try it out, people always have an extra paddle. There's
Okay.
always plenty of balls. And just stop in and say, hey, I want to learn. And I guarantee you they will welcome you with open arms and they'll say, sure,
Love
come on
that.
in.
That's so fun.
There are also, if you just want to go by yourself with some friends, you think, okay, I'm going to watch this on YouTube and then we're going to go by ourselves somewhere. You can go to the courts at Hillcrest and pull the nets out and use them.
Sure.
Or you can go to Eddie Jones Park.
Yep.
The city just recently sealed the old tennis courts and
Mm-hmm.
put up new nets. The nets are at height for tennis. And they need to be lowered a little bit for pickleball, but the pickleball lines are all there, so you can go down there and play as well.
Okay.
Oh, that's another thing. From the video you could tell, but the net is actually at the ground, as opposed to volleyball or tennis where it's raised
Oh.
up and you've got area underneath. The net actually goes all the way to the ground.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Interesting.
So-
well, fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
we did, yeah, we
Yeah.
had fun.
Yeah,
And that's the whole point, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
Unless
Good
you're
stuff.
HD, and then it's all competition, right?
Yeah, that's right. Everything. he says, I don't think I can play pickleball anymore. My neck hurts and my knees hurt.
Said no one else in the world except for him.
Everybody else is like, oh, this is a low impact sport. This is good, right?
I did not leave hurting. It was a good thing. So there was no Advil involved. We were good. So.
No Advil involved. Love it. It's a no Advil sport.
Yeah. So anyway, come out and play. We'd love to have you.
Yeah,
Great,
It was
great
fun.
time.
It was fun.
absolutely.
And thank you for being so
a
good
good
sport.
pun intended.
and we
Probably
had a
the
great
funniest
time.
thing is I was there were multiple balls, right? So we're serving, and so you don't have to shag every single ball. And I kept handing them to Shelly to hold because she had pockets. And I'm like, I can't hold it. I don't have pockets. And Julie goes, you're
Yes, you
wearing a sweatshirt with a giant pocket in the
Yeah,
front.
I was gonna say you had a hoodie
Kangaroo
on.
pouch.
No clue. I'm like, oh yeah, I do.
And that is like your attire. You can just wear regular tennis shoes, but you should wear something with pockets so you can put balls in. But
Okay.
So yeah, that would be a tip.
whether it's hoodie or shorts or
Balls in
pants
the
or
pockets
whatever.
hurt. Yep.
Yeah.
Big pockets because ball is about.
Because they're big
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
So.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies. This
Yeah.
is so fun.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Happy
having-
Halloween.
Yeah. Hopefully there's I'm still waiting now since somebody put that out into the universe as well. But yes, our good friend Pete Wilson is in the house, so we will play a message from our friends at Benton County Bank, and we'll be back.
Very good.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back. Pete Wilson says that he has been invited to play pickleball, but never has partaken in the sport.
Right, I really need to do that to say that I have.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
For a fellow that's getting up there in years, all my parts still move and work. So I really need to do that. I do try to get in, a good bit of walking and like that. But pickleball, any team sport where you get together, get a little recreation, exercise, and have some fun and fellowship sounds like a good idea.
It does. Absolutely.
It does. I'm so glad that groups have gotten together to do this. And like Amanda said, I pass you're on the street, between here and home all the time, and I see them up there playing. It's just warms my heart to see the recreation, and it truly is an all ages thing.
Absolutely.
And I don't know whether they mentioned this, but on pickleball, it's great what's happened here in the last year. But kind of like the father of pickleball in Jackson County is Pat Eisnagel.
Yes.
Because he got it going at
and
the
Kathy.
Jackson Family Activity Center, the former YMCA.
Yep.
He got it organized and got a lot of people interested.
And
So
love to teach.
that's right, exactly. All right, well, let's get into the news now, kind of like a heavy story to start off with. This was on our front page of our paper that's out today. Okay, wind the clock back to May the 3rd of this year in Jackson. And there was an incident at the corner or near the intersection of High and Wood Avenues in Jackson. There was shooting, gunfire that occurred.
I remember that.
Two vehicle loads of folks, and from one vehicle to another, because there was an argument going on, some kind of altercation, shots were fired. Nobody got hit by any bullets or anything, but there were bullet holes in one of the vehicles that got shot at.
You just can't be out shooting guns in the city.
Well, they were able, the Jackson Police Department, other investigators, they were able to make an arrest in that case fairly quickly. Actually did a very good job, the way I recall it, to determine that, because this was witnessed by, I think, a city employee, but, they didn't know anybody. They just saw it happen. But, and the vehicles, because, this was a little dispute, a major dispute going on there, and one vehicle was chasing the other, and they did separate. And eventually, and I don't think it was too long, the police were able to make an arrest in that case, and the man arrested, who was allegedly the shooter, was Vincent D. Best, age 24, of Minford. He had a pistol. That is Vincent Best right there. We have his picture because that is his picture that was taken for being in the state prison system.
Okay.
He came through court very recently on charges of third-degree felony charge of discharge of a firearm on or near prohibited premises, and a fourth-degree felony of improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle. Firearm specifications, which add to the severity of the charges, were added to each of those charges.
Okay.
Now, there was no trial. He ended up pleading, and as part of that plea agreement, he pled to one of the charges, and one of the other charges was dismissed along with the firearm specifications. Judge Christopher Reagan, in a sentencing that followed, sentenced Vincent Best to 2 years in prison. So nobody got shot, and this was in case you don't remember, this was over a dispute involving alleged non-payment of a debt involving drugs. And so Vincent Best faces 2 years in prison as a result of that. So of course, there is also the issue of firing on a city street. There's houses on
It's a big no-no.
houses on each side of the road, maybe other traffic, and so forth. Not to mention any target that you may have had involved in there.
Sure.
So that story is on our front page. Okay, we want to tell you that the fourth and final of our homecoming celebrations for our local schools will take place this weekend at Oak Hill High School.
Okay. They finally got a home game.
Right. They got a home game. This is their last home game, and they actually did senior night last weekend, and they're doing homecoming this weekend. And we do have the pictures of the folks, the king and queen candidates that will be the royalty candidates for the homecoming. Homecoming will be celebrated Friday evening when the Oaks host Portsmouth West, last home game. About 6 p.m., which is an hour before kickoff time, they will crown the queen and crown the king. And, the other folks will be attendants, royalty attendants, homecoming dance on Saturday night. But let's identify these young people. I didn't get this confirmed, but I believe they were picked by their peers. So, it is an honor, of course. So left to right in the front row of our picture are, let's see, Skylie Mullins, who is a sophomore attendant, junior Maddie Donnelly, senior queen candidates Brindley Harlan and Kylie Williams. Not pictured, by the way, is the other senior candidate, Hannah Davis. One of those three young ladies will be the homecoming queen at Oak Hill High School. And then on the end in the front row are Haley Allen, who is a junior attendant, and then one of the sophomore attendants, Elizabeth Lyle Wolford. In the back row is freshman attendant Michaela Davidson, and then the three senior king candidates, Ethan O'Connor, Joseph Antaby, and Kenton Michael. And then on the end, the young lady is the other freshman attendant, Carissa Mullins. So congratulations, Carissa Collins. Congratulations to all those young people. They will be in the spotlight on Friday night, and then, of course, the homecoming dance on Saturday also at the high school. And that picture, by the way, we weren't able to get it in time to get it in our print edition Wednesday, but it is online now, and we've made it available for everybody to see. A lot of people have already taken a look, checked out the names and the information, and we will have follow-up coverage in succeeding papers. We'll be there, of course, on Friday night to cover the game and the homecoming.
Sure.
All right. Okay, you talked about pickleball. I'm going to talk about another sport that may take root in Jackson County that also is kind of like age friendly, meaning that anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Anybody can throw a frisbee, right? I think a frisbee is kind of a brand name. They
Yeah.
call it.
We're not allowed to call it that.
They call it. It's kind of like Kleenex.
Yeah.
They call it generically disc golf.
Yes.
Remember, they had the event at Colton on
Yeah.
October the 5th, and it went pretty good actually. The people who came had fun. Steve Fain is kind of the organizer there. There you see one of the young ladies tossing the frisbee. That indeed is, give her credit, That young lady is Melissa Kinsley, who is throwing the frisbee there. And what it is, it's kind of like golf, where you have a tee off time. That's where you throw it, and then you try to go to the hole. Only there isn't a hole, there's a bucket. You try to throw it into the bucket. There you see what a disc golf bucket looks like. I'm not exactly sure, how long the course is, or how many holes there are, or buckets, I guess you should say. It can vary. You can vary it. But this this episode went pretty good in Colton, and as a matter of fact, John Darrow, who is the new recreation director in Wellston, is going to try to expose this sport in Wellston.
Absolutely.
This Saturday, which is October 19th, there is going to be a free presentation on disc golf. Participants should register at 12 p.m. and they'll have the opportunity to play an actual course. Plans are to host a disc golf tournament and to build an 18-hole course. They are also being discussed for the future. Perhaps it will be based on how much of a turnout there is on Saturday. Participants of all ages are encouraged to attend. Disc will be provided for the presentation. The participant doesn't have to bring their own disc. All participants should meet at the Wellston Ballfield Complex there on State Route 327, which is also Minnesota Avenue. So that is at noon. And so you can find all about disc golf there in Wellston, thanks to John Darrow and his organization. And, of course, Steve Fain got it kind of launched there in Colton. I know Steve wants to follow up with other events as well. But another thing that they're going to do, John Darrow very active already, also on Saturday in Wellston, there's going to be a fall foliage group bike ride. It will be at 10 a.m. All participants should meet at 9:45 a.m. at the depot in Wellston. The ride will leave at 10 a.m. and will last approximately 1 hour. John does encourage people to bring their own helmet for safety.
Yep.
So, also coming up this weekend, we want to hype this, is the 42nd Annual Foothills Art Festival.
Yes.
They're setting up there. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday there at the Parks Edge Event Center. According to the information we got from our own Brittany Potter, she's kind of the head of it this year. She's always willing to step up for projects through the Marquet and the Southern Hills Arts Council.
Yep.
There are about 178 pieces from 60 different artists, and they come
cool.
not only from Jackson County, but from the area. In the past, there's been even from out of state.
Yep.
And you'll have different categories of competition. You'll have divisions, professional, amateur, and youth. It's free, totally free to attend. And once again, that will open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Parks Edge Event Center. Obviously, that venue is perfect for that event, right in town, plenty of parking, and so we urge you to check that out.
It's a good show.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, we want to tell you, I think everybody and their brother are doing trunk or treats.
Yes.
But one of the biggest one will probably be the one that the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce is doing tomorrow evening. Want to give you a tip-off on that kind of like 24 hours plus advance, because I think they've only maybe done it, this is the second or third year, but it keeps getting bigger. It'll be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It will be on Broadway Street between Main and Pearl, right downtown. They are expecting over 1,000 trick-or-treaters, and they need the public to make this a spectacular success. What that means is they invite other people to come out with their vehicle. You park your vehicle. You can bring candy, give away candy. If you're a business person, it's a great chance to promote your business and get visibility to the local community. Setup will begin at 5 p.m. There will be judging for the best decorated vehicle. That'll be a hoot. At 5:50 p.m., the trick-or-treating itself, where, folks can run from car to car with all the trunks of candy, is 6 to 8 p.m., and then cleanup will last until 9 p.m. after the trick-or-treating is over. There is absolutely no cost to set up. You just have to fill out a registration form, which you can get online or through the Chamber's email. You can also give the office a call, or their contact number, I should say, which is 286-2722. That is the Jackson Chamber of Commerce's trunk or treat. In the paper Jennifer, we've got a very long list of trunk or treat events and Halloween events
There are a
that are coming
lot.
up, and we'll
Yes.
try to share some of that information here on a piecemeal basis here on Main Street TV. Also today, I want to tell you, a lot of people are really into the Welsh heritage. A lot of people are aware of it, but don't know a whole lot. Maybe would like to learn a lot.
Sure.
Well, there's a chance to do that now. Starting tonight, there's going to be an 8-week program presented by the Mad Dog Center for Welsh Studies at the University of Rio Grande. It will be a series of lectures. The first one is tonight. It is entitled Introduction to Welsh Culture and History. The course fee is $30, and the lectures will look at the history and culture of Wales. It'll be at the Welsh American Heritage Museum in Oak Hill. Each lecture will be approximately 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And some of the topics, they will look at why Gallia County and Jackson County is called Little Carganshire. It'll look at the Welsh language, castles, the political scene in Wales, and much more. The funds will go for a good cause. It will support activities and projects at the Welsh American Heritage Museum. If you want to get more information on this, call the Mad Dog Center. That number is 740-245-7186, 740-245-7186. And tonight, 2 of our high school volleyball teams will be involved in tournament action.
Okay.
We've already had Jackson and Vinton County, unfortunately, lost their first-round games on Wednesday. Now it's Oak Hill's turn. They will play tonight against Rock Hill. That's at home at Oak Hill High School. Wellston will have to hit the road. They will be at Zane Trace. The Telegram will be staffing both matches. We wish our local teams the best. Follow-up coverage, of course, coming in Saturday's paper.
Very good. Geesh, Pete, is that all you have?
That's well, I had more, but that's what we had time for.
No, that's awesome. All right. Well, it's been a really, really fun day here on Main Street TV. We appreciate you all tuning in, and we will be back tomorrow with more fun and antics, I'm sure. So stay warm today. It is a cold one out there. We're not prepared, I don't think, for this yet. So, but it will get better as the week goes on. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.